welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back, welcome back. Today we are receiving more great news coming out from the stock market. A lot of stuff are now easing our concern of the possibility of the U.S. entering the next recession here. We are now being eased due to the fact we have received our CPI data on Wednesday, and we have seen how inflation has slowed down in the month of July. That was pretty impressive and even beat economic forecasts, which was phenomenon here. So, with our recent inflation data have been released and even beat economic forecasts, we are expecting the Fed to raise up another 50 basic point within our next formal meeting in September. This is lower than what economic have been predicted, which economic predict before the CPI data was released was 75 basic point. And once our CPI data has released, we have seen significant growth within the stock market and the crypto market, where investors are more confident of how the Fed will tame inflation. And now we are going to see more steps of the Fed easing their monetary policy in order to recoup or re-energize our stock market. That is what we are seeing. Let's look more. With our CPI data surged around 8.5% in July, we have seen significant drop from our 9.1% in the month of June, which we have seen a decline. That is phenomenon here, especially gasoline is now under $4 nationally, according to AAA data, which we have received a couple days ago. So this is what we are now being very pay attention on, because inflation data is very essential to understand where the U.S. economy is heading right now. So with inflation data having gone on a decline, and we have seen that inflation data is still at a 40-year high though. So we have decreased from 9.1% in the month of June all the way down to 8.5% in the month of July. This is very awesome. Great stuff that we are seeing, and a lot of stuff for us to be less concerned of the possibility of the U.S. entering recession here. So a lot of great stuff are coming out. Let's look at here. U.S. stock closed at highest level since May after CPI data show cooling inflation in July, easing pressure on the Fed. Right now, the Fed will act less hawkishly than ever before. Instead of raising another 75 basis points, we are now going to expect the Fed to raise another 50 basic point, which is lesser than what economic all had always been predicted. So this is what we are seeing by putting less pressure on the stock market and on the U.S. economy. By doing so, we are preventing the U.S. economy from entering a recession. It might ease the American concern because inflation is going down, and when inflation keep going down, the Fed will ease up their pressure, which are some great stuff coming out though. So let's look at here. Grocery price in July had largest price increase since 1979. We are now seeing bread, chicken, all food, coffee had gone up significantly in the month of July. However, there's still other sector that we have seen a significant decline. But especially with oil, we have seen oil decline. And right now, the Fed is taking their action cautiously in order to mitigate the possibility of the U.S. entering a recession here. So CPI data cooled from 9.1% in June all the way down to 8.5% in the month of July. That is phenomenon here. We have seen lower price in energy, which I have talked about. But however, food on the other side has risen more than 1.1% in the month of July alone. So looking from a year perspective, we have seen a 10.9% increase for food. So that is what we are seeing. Not only that though, food has risen up within the 7 month consecutively. So that is what we are seeing. Dining out even rose by 0.7% in July, and that is what we are seeing. So right now, egg had the biggest increase. So egg, potato, coffee, chicken, that is what we are seeing. And due to the rising cost of labor, we are continuing to see more product to be on the search, especially within the food sector. And that is stuff we are talking about. U.S. wholesale inflation fell in July for first time in 2 years. More confidence are being built and being reinforced within the stock market, especially with our PPI data just came out. So price at the wholesale level fell from June to July. This is what we are seeing, how inflation are easing and slowing down as the Fed continue to hike up their interest rate. This is what investors had always been looking forward. And when inflation are down, the American people have more access to what they can purchase. They have more power to what they can purchase. This is very essential. But however, we have seen the food sector has risen up significantly within the month of July due to ongoing geopolitical tension within Europe. That is what we are seeing. And a lot of stuff are coming out, especially with FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That is what we are seeing. But however, the market is showing some strong sign of recovery here. Let's look at here. U.S. stock gain continue as July PPI data and inflation eased after CPI relief on Wednesday. So PPI data came out and we are seeing a decline in inflation in the value of good. That is what we are expecting. And when this trend continues to grow, the federal government will be less hawkish than ever before. Instead of raising another 75 basis point, they might raise just 50 basic point within our next formal meeting, and this is what investors had always been looking forward. In the end, though, we are seeing the economy are exiting our bear technical territory, which we are preparing for another major bull run, and with more good news coming out, these momentum will be reinforced by investors because with more confidence in the market and more good news reinforce our investor confidence, the market will retry and retest within the next couple of days. So more stuff are coming out and we will be keeping an eye on what is coming out though. And then I hope everyone enjoyed watching my video, and if you do, please click on that subscribe button and also don't forget to click on that like button. Thank you everyone, have a nice day.